In our current society and culture, there are a dire number of rare opportunities to both improve our economy and general well-being. In such a documented economic crisis in which we find ourselves in, the lack of an additional superpower industry has proven to be an unavoidable cause to both an increase in unemployment and a decrease in the general salaries of average Americans. The use of marijuana will be notable whether it is legalized or not, and has proven to be valuable in terms of medical research and prescription. By legalizing marijuana, there will be less corruption, criminal activity, and violence, as well as providing a vital boost to our economy, such as the cigarette and alcohol industries have so well done. By legalizing marijuana in California, the economy would be expanded by an estimated 23 million. With this comes new job opportunities, especially in medical and research fields. There would be around 60 to 110,000 employment positions just in California. These statistics alone would bring significant repair not only to California's budget crisis, but the national economy as well, as California plays a large portion. In addition to the monetary value, legalization would also focus law enforcement on property and violent crimes, which are significantly more urgent than those involving marijuana possession. Each year there are more arrests for marijuana possession than there are for all violent crimes combined. On the subject of crime, legalization would also reduce prison costs and overcrowding, a persistent unsolved issue. There would be less drug cartel revenue and trafficking, which would provide a safer environment in and outside of California. Youth generations and children will no longer feel such an urge to experiment with the drug, as it is socially acceptable and is no longer a rebellious activity. This is evident in teens drinking before the legal age, but not as much after they are actually legal to drink. With the legalization and education of marijuana, irresponsible use in adolescents and younger generations would significantly decrease. There have been many oppositions to Proposition 19, mostly using scare tactics to ward off potential ignorant voters. They state that legalizing marijuana will increase corruption in society and lead users to try other more serious drugs as a stimulation from their increased addiction to experience a high. However, marijuana use will not result in an increased use of other drugs, just as cigarette smokers do not stereotypically explore more harmful drugs. Marijuana is proven to be much less addictive than nicotine and usually does not create intense addiction in its users. It has been proven that since marijuana has been banned in 1937, it has increased in its use by 4,000%. Oppositions also believe that the drug will be taken advantage of, as it is only necessary in certain medical situations. People without these prescriptions will be able to use the drug for their own personal enjoyment, leading to a potential development of mental, emotional, and physical dependencies and malfunctions. This once again is false, as drugs and alcohol will always be taken advantage of, whether or not the specific substance is legalized or not. The fact that it's truly needed by some for either psychological or physical reasons is important enough on its own to legalize marijuana. In conclusion, legalizing marijuana in California would provide for both a financially enhanced and medically benefited society. Marijuana prohibition is extremely similar to that of alcohol prohibition, in that it only increased crime and corruption, but with legalization came an unprecedented economic boost in an industrial giant such as the alcohol and cigarette industries. It is our opportunity as American citizens to take advantage of the opportunities which we are presented with, especially in one in which we are all able to reap the variety of benefits, which is why marijuana should be legalized in California.